Okay, that's not inconspicuous at all. That is not
a new thing. It happened for the symposium.
What the fuck? So we're never gonna be able to catch each other off guard. No. I guess that's the most awful way to start the fucking podcast.
Damn.
That's so sad.
We just got fucking
No,
exposed.
That's probably better because what if people do naughty things on Zoom and they don't notice?
You mean when you took a screenshot of your professor's screen?
Shut up.
Don't
No,
like that.
It tells
I only did. No, stop. I'm sorry. Just to clarify, I only did that because I aspire to have his fucking.
But you don't know if he gets alerted for that.
Shut up.
He probably got an alert and was like.
I literally just was sending it to my mom and I was like, look, it's normal that I have so many books. He also has a lot of books. It wasn't like I was going to use it to various things.
I wonder if he was
if he did, I will myself. If anybody knows if Zoom notifies you when you screenshot, please tell us in the comments because I will.
Because we've all been screenshotting each other the past couple days, and it's been fine.
Oh, okay.
When did you screenshot me?
That's true. We have a screenshot of us.
Monster from Monster.
Can I tell you?
With the lips.
No, but that wasn't a screenshot, was it?
I took a screenshot.
Oh, well, I didn't know. Fuck you, bitch.
In that screenshot that I took of my professor, I look so conspicuous. Because you
she looks
so
sus
conspicuous.
as fuck, bitch.
Can you see her like on the computer like this? Take a screenshot.
I just look like my face is too deadpan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's trying to focus too hard on something else. Anyway,
oh my God,
so hello everybody listening. I hope you guys have had a great break, but it's because most of the episodes we've released have not been recent. We've been using recycled stuff because, the beginning of the school year, it beats up for all of us. But we're back in current times, and we watched, on Chelsea's request, because it was her birthday, we watched
Happy birthday, Chelsea!
Hey! I'm
Malignant.
Oh my God, wait, and is this...
She's flirty and 30.
Today for this week, we watched Malignant. And none of us took notes on the movie, but we have really good memories, so we can use our noggin.
Yeah, I'm Malignant.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. So it'll be good.
Ew.
Now, how does this movie start, people?
So we start with how Sabrina said.
Oh, Sabrina. Stranger Things.
She said Sabrina.
We start super Stranger Things style when, oh my God. And when you see it, you're like, am I watching the right movie? Is this like a $5 movie?
But
yeah, you don't watch those bad horror movies that literally the whole budget for the movie was maybe $10. So at first I was like, I don't understand. But then all of a sudden, you'll be like, I see James Wan. I see him. I see him, but I don't see him.
And also, Christian looked it up, thank God, because if not, I would have hated the movie. And at the beginning of the movie, we realized that this movie is supposed to be very campy. And literally, the first scene,
she did it.
It looked like a fucking Reese's Cup Halloween commercial.
Oh, yeah. And if you go to Halloween Horror Nights, there's that section in the field where they put the big screens and they do these terrible skits of military men and they're getting notifications that the world is ending and stuff like that. It was that kind of really bad acting, very obviously,
but on purpose.
Yeah, it has its
very much over the top,
tongue in cheek. You know what I mean? And
but I loved it.
In that scene, we're in a mental hospital and there's this demonic voice speaking, and then the doctor's like, oh my God, it can speak. And then it's
speaking through the radio or whatever.
Yeah, and it's saying nasty shit to the doctor, I'm gonna kill you or something. And the doctor's like, all right, Gabriel, it's time to cut the cancer out. And that quote is used a lot in the movie, and that's how it transitions into present day.
Oh, something to have in mind if you're gonna watch this movie. One of us said it, not me, somebody else. They said it's like Batman with Uma Thurman.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, it gives you those vibes, and I completely agree.
Who was the director? I feel like the director of those movies is known for that, but it's very campy. Those shots in those Batman movies where they zoom into Batman and Robin's crotches and they show their symbols on the belts, that very, 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 very campy, on purpose, terrible. And the use of
color and stuff, neon color, that was fun. But okay,
some of the lines It's probably a demon. It's like, bitch, you didn't have to say that. Come on.
The end. Okay, we don't have to talk about it, but do we just to foreshadow? The end has probably the worst set of lines that I've ever heard in my entire
Oh my God.
my entire life.
They're so dramatic.
And I just want to say, I said this to the girls, and you can disagree. I think James Wan, amazing, always been amazing. I think he was doing the best he could with a terrible script.
Yeah,
I think
like,
they gave him a
what
script
I
and he
said,
said, let's make it work.
But what I said is like, why would he have done it if he thought it was terrible?
For cash money, I think.
Well, I don't think James.
Lots of moolahs.
I don't think James is in the status that he would need to do something just for cash. You know what I mean? I think
Let's
he's
talk to
like
James about it. Maybe he
I
was
think
like,
Mr.
yeah, I did it
James
for the
is
cash
set.
money.
I feel like he also like. I feel like that's part of it though. Like the terrible script was on purpose.
Yeah, maybe
Or
he was
I
like.
Maybe he saw it as a
Maybe they-
challenge, and he was like, let's see what we can do.
Like Krampus. That had
Whoa! I forgot we watched that.
We did watch
Right.
Krampus last December.
Oh my
No,
god!
but
what
can
a
I tell you,
film.
this movie, if you just have it on mute, let's pretend like you didn't hear a single line. It is fucking beautiful. It is beautifully shot. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, okay, but we'll get to those shots as we talk about them. So we're in present day, and this nurse gets home and she's pregnant, and she goes up to her bedroom. Beautiful house. We'll talk about
Beautiful
Chelsea
house.
selling that later. 'cause
Beautiful
what a
lady.
house.
house.
She is the main lady from Peaky Blinders, the first wife. I don't know what her name is, but she's great.
Yeah, she do be beautiful. So she goes up to her bedroom. She's tired. Very Chicago. I was looking for a little bit of sympathy. You know what I mean? And her trash ass, dirty ass, nasty ass husband or
From
boyfriend.
Percy Jackson.
Oh yeah, and Sabrina thinks he's hot, but
I think he's fine.
let's not talk about it.
But he's abusive.
Oh yeah,
He is fully
he like
the worst ever.
she turns off his TV and he's watching sports and he's like so mad. He starts like touching her and pushing her and saying that baby's gonna die like all the other ones. You've always had miscarriages and the doctors have said none of them will survive.
Yeah,
And he
I
gets-
don't think this movie's for the faint of heart. Don't watch it if
At least
you're
that
very
I think
sensitive.
I think that's the only scene where I was like, that was a lot. Oh
Yeah.
wow, that was a lot. But long story short, he hits her head against the wall really fucking hard. Really fucking hard.
cracks her
And-
skull open.
And she starts
Hi, the
bleeding.
ball is concave.
Yeah. Yes, the wall is concave. And
She's like a 93-pound woman, I have to say. She's literally 93 pounds, and he slams her
He,
against
like,
the wall.
throws her around the room like a rag doll.
yeah. And so he gets out of the room because he's upset or something, and she locks the door. And she's bleeding from her head, from her scalp. And she's like, she doesn't say anything. She just doesn't answer the door and keeps him outside. Well, the next scene is where Mr. Man gets a little or someone gets payback on Mr. Man. Somebody talk about that scene.
Oh, the unnamed demon at this point in the novel. No.
Not the novel.
I
It's like-
thought I was teaching for a second because I've been teaching Gatsby for like 2 weeks. The unnamed demon at this point in the movie
Mhm.
is crawling around their house, and we're seeing her abusive husband, like he's asleep on the couch, and then he hears a little and he's like, what is that? So he goes to the kitchen where the blender has turned on by itself, and he's like, oh, what the hell? And then he
I got
turns
war
it off.
flashbacks of Unfriended. You know, when he like
Yes.
blends his own face.
I was scared. And then all of a sudden the fridge opens behind him and illuminates the room a little bit, and he's like, what the hell? And then he like starts walking around. I don't remember what scares him, but he ends up in the living room behind
That's
the
what scares
sofa.
him because the
Oh,
TV turns on. Mhm.
And then he's standing behind the sofa, and there's a figure sitting on the sofa.
Which looks a lot like her. Let's keep that in mind.
It's got long dark hair, and so the TV turns off, and you can't see the figure anymore. So he turns the light on. She's gone, Mama. And he's like, "What the hell?" And then he walks over to the doorway, and it just gets him from behind, and
Yeah.
it's
Gets him in the
From
gooch.
up and behind.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, get some
very
food.
very gory. What did it just snap his neck?
Well,
But,
it
okay,
snapped his
I have
neck
to
in a
say-
way that like hit no flesh tore. His head was just sideways inside of his neck flesh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't describe it like that.
Oh my god.
I know that was
That's what it
disgusting.
looked, that's what it
But
looked
yes.
like.
I mean, you're right, but like, ew.
I have to say this was very like I don't know if Scooby Doo is the right way to say it, but it's like spoopy,
Like
spoopy
adult
plus
Scooby-Doo.
gore. Yeah, like adults. Oh, I love it. It's like spoopy plus gore. It's so fun. I'm having the best time. Like the vibes are great. They're there. I'm a little grossed out. I'm like, but the vibes.
Yeah, it's the
Ah.
vibes.
They're lovely.
So Miss Ma'am comes downstairs eventually. I think in the morning or when she hears all the noise. I don't remember.
She wakes up from a dream where she was seeing that happen.
Oh yeah. So she gets freaked out. She goes downstairs
Hmm.
and she
And her husband
finds
is like,
Mr. Husband in the position where she was dreaming about.
Yeah, the
Him
dead
in.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dead one.
and then spooky
She
scary
squirms.
time.
Yeah, she
She's
squirms.
still not alone.
Oh my god, she's not
Yeah.
alone.
And it's on the
She's not alone.
ceiling. I hate when it's
And
on the ceiling.
it was so weird. He really did get me.
Yeah, she tries to leave and or the thing slams the fucking door closed in front of her. It's fast. It's like
Yeah.
it's real gross and fast.
Yeah, and then it slams her against the fucking floor like nobody's business, okay? Like a fucking hockey player.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, spoiler alert, she has a miscarriage, but when we find out,
Sorry,
I'm
yeah.
like
not you, not the huge spoiler.
well, it's literally the next scene, so it's not that much of a spoiler. But when she finds out, she's so shocked, and I'm like, ma'am, you got thrown around by your husband and a demon. What did you expect to happen to that poor little creature?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, anyway, Christian, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say that I appreciate like that it was.
Well, Christian,
Sorry.
wait, let's just explain.
was
Christian
gonna-
has some friends in his room, and he's trying to talk over them, but it's fine. We're still here.
Okay, I was just gonna say that I appreciate that it was. Well, I don't appreciate that it was like a fucking humanoid thing. Because
Yeah.
normally, like, they don't show you the thing in the movie, and then when they showed it, I was like, "Hi, it's disgusting," because it looked like it could actually sit next to me. Like,
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
They showed it, and I was eating fried rice that I had just made for Harry, and can I tell you, I almost vomited. What?
Vomit.
I almost vomited.
I almost.
Really- I almost vomited. It really got me like good. I
Yeah,
was like,
but
I
no,
think
when
I have
you
to stop eating.
no, when you almost vomited was when we saw its face, but we'll talk about that later.
Ooh.
I really couldn't do it. I felt the face for some
Spoiler
reason.
alert, bussy.
But bussy with
Hi,
I.
bussy.
Oh, Lord.
So
So
the,
the neighbors,
Bussy on ojo.
the neighbors hear the screams
Yeah.
and they call the
And they're like, we
police.
should call somebody.
yep.
And the police come
And
and take her to the hospital.
And the police is
Is sexy.
fine.
Mr. Cacao.
Fine.
Mr.
Yeah,
Cacao,
Mr.
Chief Cacao.
Chocolate. He is
No,
beautiful.
it's cacao, not cacao.
Cacao.
Okay, let's not say his name
all
like
wrong.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then, of course, the only black woman in the film is there for comic relief, which we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, that was a
Thank
trope
you.
that I didn't really understand why it was necessary.
Yeah,
like
that was fun.
it could be like a commentary on movies in the past like that.
Oh, because it's camp. I get what you're saying.
Because
I
it's
feel
camp?
like if it's gonna be commentary, it needs to be more obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I was
Scary
gonna say
Movie.
yeah.
Because they were kind of using
Like-
her like a trope.
Yeah, Scary Movie does it in a great way. Where I don't know what her name is. It's
What's
like
her name?
Brianna or
Regina
something.
King? No.
Brenda.
Not Regina
Brenda.
King. The other one that looks like Regina King. The one that was in Girls Trip. What's her name?
Oh,
idea.
Brian's in love with her.
Fuck me.
What's her name?
I don't know. Somebody look it
Tiffany Haddish.
up. No.
Haddish.
No.
Oh.
No.
But don't worry about it. That beautiful woman.
I was gonna say-
where Brenda in Scary Movie does
Yeah.
a great job of it. It's like obviously like a trope, but I don't know. about
Her
it
name
here.
is
It was kinda
Regina
weird.
Hall. Regina Hall.
I have no idea. Who that is.
Oh,
Regina Hall. Oh my
I-
god.
I could see
Wait,
him.
wait. Show me. Let me share my screen so that I can show you guys.
I could see him on the street and I wouldn't know a thing.
It's not her. I mean him. It's her.
also, I was gonna say like I agree. I agree. Like, I feel like
Look,
it needs to
her.
be definitely like making fun of it, not just including the trope.
Oh,
You know?
Brenda.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
needs to be making fun of the trope, not just having the trope. Also, the reason I have my camera at a weird angle is so that you
It's
guys
because
can
she
see what
wants you
I'm
to look at her
knitting.
titties.
Her
Probably
tatas.
not. It's because I want you to see that I'm not making eye contact for a reason. You know what I mean? Like,
Let me
I'm
tell you,
knitting. I thought
you guys should
might like
join
it.
you guys should join the Patreon. The least amount is $1 a month because you guys get to see this podcast take place. And girl, Chelsea's braiding her hair, Sabrina's knitting, Christian has a wig on, baby.
Wig on.
Wig on.
Oh my god,
and
wig.
I'm wearing a blazer without a shirt on. So come on, you can't.
Oh my God, did
miss
you say
that.
wig?
Did you just say wig?
Wig.
Wig.
Katy Perry really thinks she's a gay man and she needs to be stopped.
I
Yeah.
don't like it. I think if that's her quirky little trait, let her have it.
At least she's nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, I take it back. Never mind.
That is true.
Also, I got homemade jam. I made it. Look at it. Okay. that's all.
Anyway,
Continue.
so what? So the next scene after they call the cops is,
Hospital.
the hospital where she
yeah,
finds out
where she
that
finds
had a
out, and
miscarriage.
her sister is there, and they haven't been able to see each other for a long time. And I think the cop comes in to be like, "Hello, hi. I know your husband just died, but I need to interview you."
Yeah.
Because she's the only,
And then
she's really the only suspect.
because they were in the house by themselves. And he, like, the neighbors know that he was abusive, so like there's motive, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and like time.
But like also, like you said, she's 12 pounds.
She's
how could
12
she have
pounds, and that
bent
man
his
was
neck?
mutilated.
How could she have
Yeah.
bent his neck in his flesh? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know, adrenaline, let's say. So her sister is there again when the cop comes in, and they're like making googly eyes at each other.
Oh yeah.
And her sister works as a princess somewhere.
Yeah.
So she comes in this big floofy dress, and it's like funny, and then she gets into bed with her sister once the cop is like, "Yeah, your sister's had like 24 miscarriages and her husband was abusive."
And
she
she
was
didn't
like,
know
"Oh my
because her
God."
husband would keep her away from her
Because he
family.
was
Because abusive husbands, they like to do that. So red
Yeah.
flag, guys, if you're a husband or a
What
spouse,
if
just
you're a
say
husband
spouse.
and you're keeping away your wife? You are
No,
abusive.
if your spouse is keeping you away from people and friends and stuff, hi, that's probably not good. You should
flag. We've
should
seen
talk to
this
somebody.
in Invisible Man. We've seen this
Midsummer.
in
Midsommar.
what's this movie called? Oh,
Uh,
Midsommar. We've seen this in
Malignant.
Malignant now. Come on, let's get the
Yeah.
hint, baby.
Horror movie
Anyway,
girls.
so the sister finds that out. What happens after? So she gets sent back home, and the sister drives her back
and she's
home.
like, "Don't stay with me after my husband died in a brutal murder, and I just had a miscarriage, and I'm
and a
mentally
massive
unstable."
brain injury. Don't stay with me. I'll stay
leave
by
me
myself.
alone in this house that has maybe its own fucking zip
Mind.
code. It's so fucking big. Oh my
Huge.
God, her house.
Chelsea,
is so
should
big.
we take this time for you to sell
Oh.
us?
I think you should
This
sell
house.
this house.
Bow.
Chelsea's house.
Real
away.
estate. Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
That
So
was good.
this house nestled in between Coolsville that contains Scooby-Doo and wherever the
And-
Conjuring house is.
Gotham.
Gotham.
No,
And
the
fucking
Conjuring
Massachusetts.
House, but the Conjuring House is on the East Coast,
Oh my God.
and this is in
It's one of
Seattle.
those signs
God.
that says like north, south, east, and west, and like, you know, one way is fucking Coolsville, the other way is Gotham City, the other way
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm walking
It's-
around a Busch Gardens looking.
Ah! Yeah, exactly. that.
Sad.
It's like this way Harry Potter, this way Jurassic Park, this way
Ah.
whatever else.
Like-
Dr. Seuss.
I
Love.
love when Busch Gardens has Jurassic Park and Harry
Oh,
Potter.
hi. I don't. Who knows what's in Busch Gardens? The
Bush
cheetahs are this
and-
way.
And animals.
This way's the gardens. This way's the bush.
Bush and Kush. Wait, that's kind of
What?
no.
Ignore that.
Redacted.
Continue. Chelsea, the house.
Okay.
the
The
house.
location.
the
Chelsea, the house down boots. Sorry. go.
Oh my God, that's the theme. That's the theme. Oh
House
my
down.
God. Ready?
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3. Chelsea, the house down. Christian.
We're singing
1,
together.
2, 3. Chelsea, the
Chelsea,
house
the
down
house down
boots.
Were we supposed to be harmonizing because we sang the same thing?
Yo,
Okay,
Oh, that's
I
okay.
really,
Time either.
moving on.
Okay, ready?
to
3, 2.
actual Chelsea.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
No,
it's okay.
wait, one more time. Ready?
Oh my
3,
God.
2, 1. Chelsea, the
Chelsea,
house
the
down
house down
boots.
I'm so
It's
sorry,
like when
everybody.
Gene and Louise try to make a tune on fucking Bob's Burgers. I have to say, it sounds exactly like
Christian's Gene and I'm Louise. Correct.
okay.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Fucking
Anyway,
sell me this
Chelsea,
house.
the
I'm
house
ready to
down
buy.
boots.
Show me
Okay.
money.
Can I be Mr. 305?
No, shut up. Continue.
Shut up, Christian.
perfect location, very shady, like actual shade neighborhood.
Yeah.
Maybe shady. Who knows? The neighbors
Yeah.
were listening real hard.
Yeah, and not saying shit until she got beat real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
So this house, if you were inspired by Winchester, has what appears to be an infinite amount of bedrooms. All of them have dirty
I know.
baseboards and cobwebs. Except
And can I
for-
say they have no children? It's only them two.
but except for a nursery
And also, he didn't work.
that matches none of the rest of the house.
Yes.
And is
correct.
the only clean place in the whole
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Also, can I explain the things that we just stated? Like, he didn't work. She was only a nurse. They have no kids. Huge house. That's the type of shit you can't question in a camp movie. Like, it's a fact. Don't question
Oh,
it.
there was times where you're gonna be like, but that makes no logical sense.
Like,
Girl.
why is there fog at this one
That's
point
the
in the movie?
point. Yeah,
Don't
there's a
question
part where he has to. This guy goes into the sewer, and you're like, why does it
He's
look
not
like a
in the
party
sewer,
city?
but it's okay. Anyway,
You know.
Chelsea, Chelsea, let's sell this house.
So
Hello, Graf.
I think the real piece de resistance
Oh,
is a
shit.
really big, fully standing attic
Ooh.
that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
There may be some like roof damage, ceiling damage, but we'll work that out in the contract.
But these windows, talk about the
And
windows, mama.
There's a one big, beautiful stained glass window accompanying these.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I
Wow,
don't
it was
know
beautiful.
how or why there's a
Yeah,
stained
me
glass
either.
like the
But again,
size of a church.
we can't
but-
ask.
You know what? I'll take
Yeah, I was
it.
like, is this a refurbished church? No, it's not. It's in the middle of a fucking neighborhood. And
Yeah.
it
My
looks like a normal
dad-
house.
My dad said that that was like normal for, I think he said mission style homes.
What
To
the
have
hell
a
is that?
double opening doors and stained glass.
There's a
Whoa.
bug in here.
Or ghost.
Okay, so Zemichon. Okay, continue.
So more of the story by this house. There's
have
also
5%
locks on the
battery.
doors.
Yeah, she put deadbolts
Brand
in.
new washer dryer too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. By the house.
By the house, girl. What a steal. And
Come on, Zig, give me low.
it's Z, not Zig.
I said
It's
Zig.
Zillow.
Actually out here laughing at that. That was funny.
I said Zig.
Sabrina, why can't we hear you? I mean, see you.
Well, she's doing something.
I got
Don't
up
out her
to
to the
charge my
podcast.
laptop.
Oh shit. Okay.
Laptop.
I would like to say something to my Spanish speakers.
Features.
Tú no me toca abrazar a mambiche. Okay, well, let's keep going.
Mama Bicho.
Chelsea, we have to mute
Chelsea, no.
What?
Everybody,
What does that mean?
everybody, cover your screen. Everybody, cover your screen. Everybody, cover your
What does
screen.
it mean? I thought he's saying Mama Pinchos.
So then she goes back home and she thinks she's all right, all by herself.
Mm.
But when it starts getting dark, she starts seeing things again, and doors start opening, and things start sounding and creaking and cracking.
Yeah, the ghost.
And guess what it fucking is?
It's the little spoopy man again.
It's the little spoopy.
Can I
spooks.
tell you? At this point in the movie, I was convinced it was like some kind of alien thing. You remember Bright Light? Is that what his name is? The evil version of fucking Superman? I think it's Bright Light. That's
Oh
the movie.
no, that's not the movie, but I know what you're talking about.
I think it's called something like that.
It's not called Bright Light. Let me.
Brightburn.
There we go.
Bright Burn.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
I got
Hated
those
it. Hated it. Hated it.
vibes. Well, I got those vibes.
Yeah, that movie was kind of terrible.
It stressed me out.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So then she starts like trying to close the door, and she closes all like locks all the doors, closes all the windows because she sees a man out her window, and she thinks she's about to go close the last door, which is the back door, and it swings open. And then she gets,
and I was like, I'm pissing myself. I'm pissing myself. I'm pissing myself.
she gets freaked out, so she locks it. Like, she pulls it and she locks it, and she turns around. It's open again. And then, is this where we see her see the second killing?
Yeah.
She goes to bed that night. She's like, laying in bed, I think, and she sees the second killing. Like,
well, because the second killing wasn't the man in bed. The second killing was the teacher.
La muchacha.
You're right.
Or the not the
doctor.
teacher, the
She's a
doctor.
No, she
doctor,
goes to
Miss Ma'am.
she goes to bed. She goes to bed. She wakes up the next morning. She
No,
puts
she
deadbolts
doesn't.
on everything.
And her
No, she
sister's
doesn't.
trying to get inside.
Yeah, she
Remember?
puts deadbolts on everything, and while she's doing the
right, 'cause-
laundry the next day.
No, because this was the scene where you were like, so is it just taunting her? So is it
Yeah.
just trying to be
Yeah.
like, hey, bitch?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, sometimes they just like
Yeah.
to be like, I could get in if I wanted.
Yeah, just
If
to
I
let you
wanted
know,
to, I
you have
would.
no control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a power play.
Yeah, for sure.
Super fun,
Yeah,
quirky.
Christian, hi. The thing from the movie just passed by you. Behind you.
No, no.
Anyway.
Y'all need to see that shit on Patreon. Give us $1,
Yes, you
bitch.
need to.
That's so not nice. But give us $1.
So, the sister tries to come in, but all the doors are locked, and then she knocks on the window and scares the bejesus out of Miss Girl. What's Miss
Yes.
Girl's name?
Amy Winehouse.
No.
Madison.
Maddie.
Addison?
Yeah.
Addison
Maddie.
Rae, yeah.
No, Maddie.
Maddie is the name of Miss Main Girl.
That's who I'm
Because
talking
she's
about.
Madison. Oh, what's the name of the sister?
Aud-
Bitch.
I was gonna say Audrey, but that doesn't sound right.
Let's
Let's just look up. I'm gonna look up the cast list so we don't have to do it. We keep doing this.
I think
Well,
we
so
should
anyway,
create
she
names
scares
for
Maddie.
characters we don't
The
know.
sister. No, I don't think that's cool. The sister scares the shit out of Maddie.
Maddie.
And Maddie finally lets her in, and she's like, "What the fuck? Why is the house so hard to get into?" And oh my god, she's blonde. Sorry, I just got distracted. The sister's name is Sydney. not
Saramondiche.
Audrey.
Oh.
Sydney, not Audrey.
Yeah. I remember now.
I hate you, Christian. So Sydney comes in, and then what happens then? I don't remember what happens in that scene after she comes into the
Oh,
house.
she tells her that she's adopted.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're sitting in
it
bed
was just
together.
the
And
point of
it's
the
the
scene.
most weird.
Like, hi.
I did not
just had
understand. I did not understand.
Me neither. Hi. My husband just died, and I just had a miscarriage and brain injury. So let me tell you this: I'm adopted.
She
Can I
said
tell
that-
you? She says it in the most weird way that I really don't like. She says, "I just wanted to have a biological connection with someone." I was
she
like,
wanted
"Get
to
over
be
your
blood
fucking self."
related to somebody.
I was like, "That's weird."
And
That's
her
really
sister's
weird.
like, "Excuse the hell out of me."
Yeah. Said the fuck.
Yeah. Also, that's really degrading to your sister. One, to your family. Two, three. Why is that the reason you want to have a kid? Like, I feel like we can talk about this. I think too many young couples just have a kid because it's the point in their relationship where it's expected of them to have a kid. It's traditional, and they're not really thinking like, I'm gonna raise a human being. Not only is this child gonna be an infant in my hand, which is fun and cute, you're also raising a 6-year-old. You're also eventually gonna raise an 18-year-old, and you're eventually gonna have like a 24, a 42-year-old child that you made. You know what I mean? A human being.
Yeah.
And I think that's why there's terrible people in the world, because parents don't really like think the full thing. I'm creating a human instead of like, I want a biological connection with someone. Get over yourself. Come on, the world's overpopulated. We don't need another one of you.
Okay, let me stop you before you get ahead.
Yeah, I'll stop right now.
So she lets her know she's adopted, and the sister's like, "What?" And then that night, Miss Maddie is doing laundry, and while she's about to put some clothes inside of the washer, she looks through the washer door as it's open, and she sees someone screaming. And we notice
La India.
it's not La India.
house?
It's not La India, the famous salsa singer.
She said, "Ha!"
Ese hombre
No.
que tú ves ahí.
Yeah, no, not her. We see the doctor who at the beginning was saying, "Gabriel, let's cut out the cancer." Right?
Oh,
And she's getting fucked up.
we forgot to talk about how this like trench coated gnarly head man also kidnapped
Oh yeah, that happened before. Oh my
working
god.
underground.
Oh, you're right.
There
So
was
there's
this-
this lady that works in like the equivalent of the London Underground in Seattle.
Well, yeah, because
They're like-
Seattle, the original city, was built, right? There were buildings, there were storefronts, there was a road, brick road, whatever. And then there was a fire, apparently in the movie. I don't know if this is true historically, but there was a fire. And so the town decided to rebuild the city one story above to just be preventative of floods. And so her job, I guess, is to give tours of, like Sabrina was saying, the London Underground to people. And she's closing up and she's turning lights off. And when she turns the lights off in the tunnel, something starts making noise in the tunnel.
Can I tell you?
And
it was so squeaky.
it's the same Queecha in a trench coat from
The
the
Babadook.
Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah, and can I tell you, it walks all fucked. So it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, mama.
It walks like
Mama
a
does
Muppet.
gymnastics.
It's so funny.
Yeah, and this is...
Oh, I was telling Harry, I don't know, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I think it looked like a claymation. I think it looked like when the Caroline dolls in the movie Caroline, they're like walking around and they're all fucked because they're obviously not real. I think it looked like that.
But I think it was like smoother than stop motion because it's
No,
not
I
stop
think it looked like
motion, you know what I
claymation.
mean?
It was kind of funny, especially the scene that we see later where
Well,
things are getting
we'll
fucked
talk
up.
about it. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
So, yeah, this lady gets kidnapped and she's put into an attic, and the thing
strung up on the side of the fucking attic by the waist and
very
the arms.
large attic. Hint.
Enormous.
Giganormous.
So the thing doesn't speak through its body. It speaks through the radio, and through the radio it's like, I want to kill you so bad or something like that, but I have to wait.
No,
like,
I've been waiting for this for so long.
Yeah, but I have
but
to wait.
not yet. Yeah.
And then it calls the doctor and says, "It's time to cut out the cancer." And she's like, "Hello, who is
Yeah,
Yeah, she's like, I never
Damn,
heard of
Chelsea.
Why was
See?
that impression
that
spot on?
was so good. I mean,
that?"
even though
And
I don't think the doctor was British, but I loved it anyway.
No,
I
but
thought
liked
she
it.
was British or something.
I didn't pay
Nope,
that much
at all.
attention.
She was definitely like British or something.
Something.
I swear.
Okay.
No.
And then we
Australian.
like fast forward to her being paralyzed, watching him kill Miss Doctor Lady.
Yeah, so Miss Doctor Lady dies. Then we wake up the next day and she's like, oh my god, strange, weird.
And it yoinks one of her trophies.
Yeah.
And it makes it into a fucking
Sword.
blade.
¿Cómo se dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dagger.
Well,
looking thing.
and when she kills the doctor, what was I gonna say? Oh, this is like the first time we see the type of transition that they use to show that like she's seeing each killing, and like the whole background fizzes away and turns into the like actual
It's
background.
really cool.
It's so cool.
Some James Wan shit.
And
Oh my
and
god.
they're, like,
Was that the scene? We didn't talk about this. I think this already passed. This was the scene where the ghost was just yeah. When
The,
the
like-
ghost was just proving that it could get into her house. It was like fucking a Clue board. You know when you're playing the board game Clue? It was a bird's eye
shot
view
was
of
from
the entire
above.
house. And you
Oh,
see
bitch, that
her
was
running
so
through
That
the
was
house.
so
Yeah.
sexy.
Oh my
That was
God.
James Wan as shit.
That was a James Wan.
Oh
It
shot.
was
my
literally the shot of
We
the
would kiss
entire
the man on
house,
the
the
mouth.
entire set. It was like you could see the second story, so you couldn't see through the second story. But when you would go over and there was no second story, you could see the first story. It was just literally like
It
Sabrina
was
said,
so
a
cool.
Clue board game.
Like a Clue board.
What if
And
when-
you know what's funny? This movie is very Clue-like too. Sometimes, you know what I mean? The Tim Curry Clue.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the library with the trophy.
What if when
Yeah.
directors directed a movie, they had some sort of call, like how people that make beats put it at the beginning of the beat? So you know how they're like, listen to
No.
me, bitch.
Like
James-
Pitbull, where he's like, Mr.
This is the real
Worldwide.
thug.
Yeah.
What
Oh
if
my
like
God.
James
DJ,
Wan was
another
just like,
one.
yeah, another one. And
I think James Wan should have one.
Another
Another
one. I
one.
hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I was thinking the exact same thing. Anyway, so that was
No,
a
I
really
feel
good
like
shot.
the 70s vibes now, like, I don't know if he loves like a 70s vibe, but
He
like the
does.
house, the car, the
It's supposed
bangs,
to be present day, but like Sabrina said, it was very Sabrina the
it's like
Teenage Witch. Oh,
timeless.
not Sabrina
Yeah,
the
it's
Teenage
like
Witch. Sabrina,
the Chilling
that's
Adventures of
Riverdale.
Sabrina, where
Chilling.
it's like it's
Mhm.
modern, but it's not dated. So they're not like they don't have iPhones in their. It's not like Gossip Girl, where it's like obviously 2021.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like sometime in the contemporary future, but not an
not
exact year,
specified.
which
Yeah,
I love. Like, can I tell you when I read a book and it says this
but it
happened
was
in
interesting
2014,
because
it takes me out.
they used like the 1980s and 1990s references of when she was younger, so it's definitely in the current times, but they don't specify like the year or anything.
It's
Um,
great.
So what were we saying?
James Wan is
Oh,
the
this
best
when
ever.
she sees Miss Dr. Lady die. So she sees Miss Dr. Lady die, and then the next day she tells her sister like, "Oh my God, I saw this woman die." And then the cops get to the house because they hear about it. And they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And then the sister's like, "You have to tell the cops." Hi, you
Yeah,
have to
so
tell
they
the
end up
cops.
at the cops in front of Mr. Sexy Man and Comic Relief Man. Um, and the sister, Sydney, is like, she's obviously got some kind of
Yeah,
like
she's psychic.
connection, bond with this killer because it fucked her up. And like, I saw on a fucking cop show once that y'all use psychics. So like, come on, like just pull one of those girls out. And they were like, fully, we don't. So
But
I don't know what to
anything
tell you.
for her from Mr.
Yeah.
Cacao.
Yeah, Mr.
And
Cacao was giving
then-
her eyes though the whole time to
Oh
the
my
sister,
God. And I was in those
to
eyes.
Sydney. Yeah,
So then they're like, look, why don't we just test it out? I saw this old man die last night.
no, that's not yet, bro.
Yes, it is, because
No,
that's
it's
why they go
not.
to their thing.
No.
You want to watch a movie again? I promise
Well
you.
then,
it is.
well then
Because
she didn't.
after
Well
that, they
then,
go
well
together.
then, well then she didn't go to the cops when she saw Miss Dr. Lady die. Maybe she went to the cops.
I think
Yeah.
she just talked to her sister about it. And then the next time she sees Mr. Old Man die, and then they see it on the news, and she's vomiting.
This is what happens
Oh yeah.
when we don't
That is
take notes,
trivia.
guys. Sorry about
Yeah,
it.
it does.
Hi, what's a note?
Ew, sorry.
Yeah,
Also,
what's a
hi.
note?
Did y'all wait? Pregunta. Did y'all set the timer? Because I
Yeah,
did not.
Yeah, I set the timer. That's kind of why I'm
Oh,
rushing
okay.
through these men's deaths.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of people die in this movie.
but they're
and-
essential because of the way that it like she sees them. You know what I mean? So then
See, but we can't keep like.
she goes
keep
anyway. She goes to
storing it,
sleep.
yeah.
She goes to sleep, and one of these nights, and she wakes up like she's in her bed, she's sleeping, and then she opens her eyes and she sees this man, and this man we saw earlier in the movie, like right before that scene. Someone walks into his house because you can see the rainy footsteps
I just get
on the ground and towards his closet.
I just watched Sabrina kill that bug while you were talking. Splatter that hoe.
Anyway, so this man, something gets into his house, but he doesn't see anything in the closet. He forgets about it. He goes to sleep. Well, she goes to sleep too, and she opens her eyes, and she's in the man's room,
With
and
him.
she sees the thing come from behind her. Hint,
And
hint.
go.
It always comes
yeah,
from behind
it's
her.
It's always like.
It's always
so good.
backwards.
But can I tell you, it is the funniest thing in the world to watch this man die. And it's gory. It's gory gross. And I don't do gory. Like, I would rather than watch fucking Jigsaw.
But also,
But,
she's
it
that
was hilarious.
the thing is facing backwards, so you're like, "Hot, your knees are bent the other way." That's
yeah, it's
hysterical.
obviously going like this. And then, the thing,
If you want to
the
see
last
what Sabrina
stabs it-
said, if you want to see
We
what
shall.
Sabrina said the guy looked like, please join our Patreon because that was amazing. She just went, and it goes like this. So
Well, then it does that, and then it stabs this man in the face
Yeah.
47 times.
So to
And
prove-
it is hilarious.
to prove to the cops that she knows, she goes to the cops and she's like, "Hi, I just saw this man get murdered. You have to go. So you know that I saw this death happen." Which in my head, she's just proving that she's killing people. But like,
Yeah, I just don't want to be
I thought they were gonna do that,
associated
but
with the
she's
murders.
also like a little, girl.
she,
a little
were
girl.
you were gonna say a little twink.
Un poquito.
And that doesn't apply. But anyway, so they go
Twinkota, twinkita.
Twinkita. They go to the apartments because she specified where it was, and they find the dead guy. And they're like, "Oh my god, this bitch, she knows."
She knows.
But when they
She
were going
knows.
through the doctor's records, because the doctor was a doctor for like psychiatric patients, like extreme cases, they find a picture of a little girl who looks very similar to her. So they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god,
So-
wait." maybe
But
she's the one
basically,
doing all of this because she was crazy
they
in her
don't think that
childhood.
yet. They don't think that yet because
Yeah, they do because
have
he sees her picture. Like he pulls out her picture while
not
one of the
yet,
cops.
my
Yes,
darling.
it is.
No, because then they go back to the station and she gets a call from Gabrielle in the fucking bathroom. And then she's like, I gotta go. And then he gets this developed photo of what the young girl would look like older. You need to take notes.
Bitch, so you wanted to talk about the stupid bathroom scene, but you didn't want to talk about the man getting
The
killed?
one where she realizes she knows the name of the killer without fucking context? What do you mean?
But you wanted to skip, but we wanted to skip a scene where a man was murdered?
Yes, because he was just murdered. It makes no sense. It, like,
But
okay, whenever he dies, big deal.
it proves that she knows that the killer is killing people before he actually does it.
We knew that. Okay, we could just say he died.
Oh my god.
Explain me that. Next. Okay, continue.
Well, if you know so much about the movie, continue.
Entonces, the fucking tornado comes and she goes, "We're not in Kansas anymore."
Oh, this is Wizard of Oz.
And then what? What? No, no. And then Glenda, the teenage witch.
Glenda, the teenage witch.
Well, Sabrina, if you know so much about the movie, keep going.
Okay. So then, basically we do all that. She's like, ew, I knew it. So we're in the bathroom. She gets this call from...
Oh, so you're going to repeat it. Oh, so you're going to repeat it.
Why not?
Even though you just described it.
Okay,
Even though you just described it.
She gets the call. She realizes this guy's name is Gabriel. Then she's like, I gotta go right now. And then the cop is like, weird, okay. And then some other cop comes up to him, conveniently, literally as she's
So what I
leaving
just
through
said.
the door.
Okay, cool.
Shut up. And then she's like, here's the fully developed photo of what she would look like older. And then he's like, fucking shit. She literally just left. What happens after this? I forgot what happens literally after this. The scene after.
Wait, did we talk about how he drew the bussy
they
face?
drive home.
And then Bussy Face is doing parkour on all the cars trying to catch them.
Oh, ew.
What? No. What are you talking about?
He's trying. Yes.
No.
Chelsea, I think you're thinking about scary stories to tell in the dark.
No, he's on the cars, isn't he?
No,
that's scary stories.
Because he's chasing him.
They drive to her mother's house. Not yet.
Oh no, that's not yet. That's not yet.
They drive to
okay,
her
so that's what
mother's
happens.
house.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
There's two different scenes. So then we split up the story again. Then we're following Maddie and we're following Mr. Cop. So while we're following Maddie, she goes to her mom's house. She's like, I need you to tell me about Gabriel. And they pull out some VHS tapes of Maddie's childhood. Before Sydney was born. And it's literally so spooky, ooky, scary. It's
she's
very,
like talking
what's
to
that
someone.
movie? Oh, Sinister. You know when little kids are weird? You know, and they're like...
Just in general, not even in Sinister. Just, you know when little kids are weird?
I won't have kids.
Well, we have to talk about, like, when she says Gabriel, the mom's, like, bussy drops out of her anus, bro.
Oh
yeah.
She's like...
So she pulls out these VHS tapes, and basically the whole moral of the VHS tape is that Maddie used to talk to herself. And she says, Gabriel's not an imaginary friend. He's the real person. And then they'll have conversations like, I'm not going to kill my mom. She's like on the phone with her fucking, you know, the like thing from Toy Story where it's like talks to you and it's the cell phone that like has little eyes. So she pulls that up and she's like, Gabriel, I'm not going to kill my mom. You funny, silly goose.
And Gabriel's like, let's just eat cake then.
Yeah. And then we find out that Gabriel can like
manipulate her sight.
Because why do I have 13 million bugs in my room? Sorry, I'm dying. I think something's rotting in here. So he's like, let's just go eat some cake. Let's just have some birthday cake. And she's like, okay, let's go. And then it turns out it does the same like squishy in the back, the little
it
that
dissolves.
we did earlier.
And she's in her mom's room and she's about to cut her mom's pregnant stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then her mom wakes up. Hi.
If I saw my kid do that,
down, we're I don't know what we're doing. Okay, hi. If I saw my kid do that in real life, I'm throwing it out of the window.
Yeah, you're taking it back to that wherever that psychiatric ward was. We're taking her back.
Yeah, sorry, but it tries to murder me for fun.
Yeah.
Shits and giggles.
Right.
But you can tell that she didn't want to do it. Like she's having some internal issues because she looks at the knife at one point, like she breaks out of it, and she's like, ah! she screams real loud, and
And
she's
it's a
like,
big butcher knife. It's not like a, the knife that you
like
would
a little,
use
like
for
a little
meat.
paring knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
a boa knife. Look at my butter knife, guys. Look at this. This shit's so sexy. Ooh, it's so
Ooh.
round. I love it. Isn't that fun?
That looks like an offset spatula.
Girl, that ain't no offset spatula.
Did you see the shape?
The who?
Over your head. Yeah.
Don't talk to culinary Chels.
Yeah. Did y'all know that Miss Chelsea is basically Gordon Ramsay?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No
An offset
explanation,
spatula
just
goes
that.
like this.
Yeah, but I'm saying the shape. The shape of the offset spatula is like rectangular, and then at the end it comes to a mwah, and that's what that butter knife looks like. Anyway, so what happens after that? So they notice, oh, this girlie's been talking to herself for a long time, and she says it's Gabriel, but
Yeah,
she
it's
somehow, like, did they say that she went to therapy or something? How did she suppress it? I don't remember.
They said that
They said
thought
that
if
they loved her enough.
Yeah, if they love her enough, it will end. They thought it was just something emotional wrong with her.
Oh.
And then Sydney was born, and the past is the past.
Yeah, nothing happened until that douchebag slammed the bejesus out of her head into that
cracked
wall
her open and
woke whatever is
reactivated
inside of her up.
Yeah,
We'll talk
her
about that later.
subconscious. So
So then after
I
this,
think-
it's the last killing before she gets taken to Joygle.
Yeah.
The one
yeah,
where
yeah.
the cop goes to the
Mr.
shower.
Police. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing things. Mr. Cop is like, holy fuck, I just put it together. All these murders are
Wait,
happening
my
around
alarm's
this-
going off.
Mine's not going off yet.
1 of 10.
15
No, that
minutes.
was just my brush my teeth alarm. It wasn't a serious one.
Okay, so then he's doing
Also,
some,
we're
like,
cutting that out
detective
because
work.
we can't let people know that my phone is back there.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Quank,
Bitch.
quank. Okay. So, Mr. Cacao is doing a lot of detective work, like some good ass sleuthing right now, and he
How does
realizes
he find her again?
Find her.
not? And how does he find that the killer is gonna be there?
Because he realizes all these doctors are a part of the same case from this old mental asylum, and they all were working on this Emily May case. So then he knows who's the next like target, because I think he's like the last doctor that they're gonna kill. So he's like running. He's like, oh my god, I gotta go save this guy. Doesn't call for backup. Doesn't have anybody with him. It's fine.
No, just him on his lonesome.
Because it's kind of like the middle of the night, but still, hi. That's what the whole Delise department. Yep.
the Delise
the whole-
apartment.
That's what the whole police department's about. Like, I'm pretty sure they're 24/7. Like, that's their whole point.
Yeah.
But fine, it's whatever. So
No,
he
nothing.
goes up to this man's hotel, and then he finally walks in, and he's too late, and he's already been smashed in the bathtub, like
And
Crimson Peak
obviously,
style.
we were
Yeah.
watching that she was watching the murder happen again. And
yeah,
she sees
she's
that,
watching the murder happen,
Yeah.
and she's like, "He's still here."
but
And
obviously she's not really there.
Yeah.
the fucking thing is like on the corner of the fucking room, looking
He's
at it.
always
It's
in
all
the ceiling. He's always on the
hate
ceiling.
when they're
He's
in the
always
He's
grabbing
got-
on.
sticky ass fingers. Spider-Man, who?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real.
Yes, very arachnid. So yeah, basically then they have this fight,
One
and
arachnid.
the cop is shooting at the thing, and he gets a couple hits in, and the thing jumps off and starts just flinging itself
Can
down
I
the
just
fire
talk
escape.
about the complete disregard for its own body that the thing has? Because
Yeah.
it'll like
Oh,
throw itself
It's
again.
disgusting.
Wait, when the cop threw himself onto the dumpster, just straight on the
Yeah.
lid, and his body bounced off the dumpster onto the ground, that shit was funny.
Because he saw the monster do it, and he was like, I guess I could do it too. And he's like, God,
I-
I've got to be crazy. Yeah, you are.
Si no funciona.
So they run into the underground, and this is where the fog scene happened, where we were like, "There's fog.
This is
Why?
Party City.
Oh, can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a spirit Halloween. This is a spirit Halloween, man.
But
I'm
underground,
dead.
a
It's
basement
so
spirit
funny.
Halloween.
The
Hola,
why
welcome
their
to
carriages
Esprit
down
Halloween.
there, it's just so funny. And then
Would
he
you like to
fights
ring
this
the bell
thing
for Jenny?
again, and he gets a couple of shots in, and I think that's the end. Like, he gets a couple of shots in, and then the thing like arachnophobies up the walls
I
into
I know.
into the I don't know air duct, and then he's like, oh, and he's all beaten up.
Yeah.
He's
So
really fucked
then-
up. But let me tell you, that made him hotter. That scar on the top of his eyebrow, I was like, let me
Oh.
lick it.
No. Okay, so then when I wanna lick the Megan Fox blood, it's weird.
It's weird because it's a soupy body.
She's-
I'm talking about a
yeah.
scar on someone's
All I
face.
said was that Megan Fox was hot when she did that. Sorry about it. Also, speaking of Megan Fox, hi. I just would like to take a small moment to talk about Megan Fox and Kourtney Kardashian. Sorry, podcast.
But fuck Kourtney Kardashian.
Christian's
Megan Fox
horn
looks so
section.
hot.
Oh, literally, yes. But that photo shoot, hi, mama.
The one
Hi,
where they're
Megan.
biting the apple at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm gay, but whoa, that made me feel something.
Mm-hmm. You're
I've
gay?
always been on the Megan Fox.
Cried a little.
It's not June. It's not June. Happy
I've
Pop.
always been on the Megan Fox train. I've literally thought that she was the most beautiful woman
Hi, gay. Sorry.
ever since forever. Oh no, since Transformers, I've been sold on Megan Fox. Nobody could have told me different. I was
I
fucking
see,
9 watching that movie,
Transformers.
and I was like, why do I feel
Mhm.
things? Why do I feel things?
Oh, Candace
Oh,
Swan.
Harry and I were talking. Sorry, guys, if this is getting a little off topic, but Harry and I were talking earlier today. We were like, damn, if there is a God, he fucked up with some people. Like, he se le fue la mano on
As
some
in,
people.
like, in a good way. Like, he fucked up.
As in,
He
he,
put
like,
too much goodness
put
in.
too much beauty into some people. Like, it's like
Mhm.
astronomically scary how beautiful these people are. Killed another bug. Fucking got it.
Hi. They make
How do
me
you-
confused. I almost said Megan the Stallion. Megan the Fox.
He's
and,
wearing acrylics. I just noticed.
what's his name? Machine Gun
I-
Kelly. Hi.
I've thought Machine Gun Kelly was handsome since The Dirt. He was in this movie called The Dirt where he had long brown hair, and for some reason, it did it for me.
I don't think he's
It did it for
handsome,
me.
but it's okay.
He's also in Bird
Okay,
Box.
back to the movie. So Mr. Man is gotten fucked up, and then I think, what are we doing next? Why are we at the police station again? Because
They take her in.
oh no, I think we're seeing a psychiatrist at her home to deal with her trauma.
And she taps into the trauma.
She taps into her trauma,
Tap, tap, tap,
and then for
bing.
some reason, this one, I think she got her fucking degree online, because the minute shit hits the fan, oh fuck, I fucked up, guys, I fucked up. Oh well.
My
The
God.
minute shit hits the fan, she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like,
she-
I'm gonna touch your forehead and you're gonna be back.
Yeah, so basically she just unlocks these repressed memories. Then Maddie has a bunch of, she has like a moment, and it's just really rough for everyone involved. And they all figure out that Gabriel is like her imaginary friend.
Do you wanna
even
know
though
what-
he can like what?
Do you want to know what also happens in this scene?
Oh yeah.
So, you know how this lady was in an attic? This lady who worked underground? So she finally cuts herself loose, right? And she is hanging from like the side ceiling because it's like an A-line attic.
Yeah.
So she cuts herself off of the ceiling and she lands real hard on the ground. And the bitch goes through the ground. And do you want to guess whose living room she lands in? Yeah,
Oh my God.
Maddie's fucking
As
living
the
room.
cops are leaving, as the cops
As the
she
cops and the
fucking falls
psychiatrist are
through
leaving.
the
Hi,
living room.
cops. Hi, cops.
And the cops, she starts screaming, and the cops are like, all right, yeah, this bitch is the one killing everybody. Let's take her in.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's the camp that was not very camp, that was kind of weird. Like, I know how you're not supposed to question anything in camp, but this one was just weird. It was like, they take Maddie into the police station, obviously, but then they interrogate her as if she didn't have mental illness, and they didn't watch her have like a whole seizure in front of a freaking a psychiatrist. And I don't really think that's realistic at all, but not real, like not realistic in a camp way, just not realistic in a way that it just, no part of it is like okay. But it serves its purpose, I guess. During this interrogation where comic relief is being super rude to Maddie and pretending like she's actively the killer even though she's got mental issues.
I mean, that doesn't
Gabriel
make her not
calls.
actively the killer.
I guess, but at that point it's like a whole separate deal.
Yeah,
I think there's like a separate set
I think
of
they
procedures.
approached it
Yeah.
way incorrectly.
But yeah, so Gabriel calls Mr. Cacao while they're in the interrogation room, and he answers it, and like we see all the light bulbs go crackling. And
yeah,
he,
because
like,
she
sparks
screams
the
like,
electricity.
she's like, it wasn't me, you whores. And then someone calls, and it was
Yeah.
Gabrielle.
And
through
then
the
oh my
phone.
god, and then she's like, he wants to
Gabriel
talk
Union.
to you. Yeah, oh my god, it was so spoopy. So then he basically says, "I'm gonna fuck you and your mom," and then hangs up.
I don't think.
And he's like, "Oh, she hasn't told you what she used to call me," and she goes, "The devil."
The devil.
Devil.
So yeah, that happens.
So she gets arrested.
And-
she gets put into like a communal jail cell.
And can I tell you, this is the most fucking Quentin Tarantino ass shit. It was literally Kill Bill. It was so funny.
Well, before that, we have to talk about where the sister goes because now she
really
knows
was.
she's in jail. So as Maddie's being arrested, Sydney's like, "This is unfair. It wasn't her. Like, I know it wasn't her." So Sydney starts calling the adoption agency through which Maddie was adopted, and they tell her that Maddie was adopted or taken from this insane asylum, or I guess that's not a politically correct term. A sanitarium? Is that the word?
Okay.
Or you can just say like mental
But
health
it's the
hospital, but
coolest
not-
thing. It looks like
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion. I love it. It looks like
Oh my
Luigi's
God.
Mansion. It's so freaking cool.
And it's like very like Halloween movie vibes. It's shut
Oh my
down.
God. It also-
There's like
it's
wooden
like-
wheelchairs. You know what I mean?
It's built like Notre Dame, where it has like the two pillars and then like a center that's really beautiful.
Very
it's almost like
gothic.
church-like. Yeah, very gothic.
Yeah.
But it is so it's like lit up with like this green neon light that looks like Luigi's Mansion. It's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
So Sydney goes in to find what's her face's Maddie's documents, and she finds. Do they know at this point that she's Emily May? They do, right? They associate her.
Yeah, they're like.
So
"You're
she
Emily
looks
May,
for
blah, blah,
Emily
blah."
May's files, and she finds like VCR or what is it?
VHS.
VHS.
VHS, yeah.
And she puts it into the VCR and at her mom's house, and they start watching. And the little girl is just talking about how like Gabriel makes her do things. So we're like, okay, she's a little crazy. And then the doctor starts talking about twins, and she's like, huh? And they start talking about her brother, and she's like, huh? And then the doctor's like, okay, we're gonna wake him up. Come like around to the camera. She was like coming around after we like wake him up. And the camera pans around Maddie's or Emily's body.
And one of the coffee aliens from Men in Black is attached
to her spine.
to fucking yeah.
What the coffee?
It's like
And
a
at
parasitic
first-
twin situation.
At first, I didn't understand
Yeah.
the cut out the cancer part, so I'm thinking her husband really had sex with her and didn't see those little arms in the back. I was so confused.
No.
But the whole cut out the cancer part is eventually that they cut out Gabriel, and since they share the body, like the embryos share the same, whatever.
The same brain.
They
Yeah.
make up some weird science
They
there.
they
And
use the
it's
same
not
brain.
conjoined twins. It's like different.
Well, it's not
so they
conjoined
use-
because
Right,
they don't
Chelsea.
have separate brains.
They're pushing
like
the brain
Yes.
back into the
Yeah.
head.
it's
Yeah, they cut
parasitic,
all
so
of
they
it,
cut him out
They
except for the
literally
brain.
said-
The part that she really needs, and they said that part can stay. The
And they covered it
Gabriel
with
brain part,
Fake skull. And then they just put her back together, and they're
Yeah.
like, sick, Gabriel's gone. Perfect, delicious. Let's put her up for adoption now since she's all right.
Nobody
Let me tell you.
Um,
Let me
She's
tell
not.
you. She's not all right. So
No.
Yeah, I feel
Now
like that
we-
needs to be disclosed.
now we go to the Kill Bill jail scene.
Yeah, so then she's in this jail scene. There's a bunch of women that have been arrested throughout the night. Some crusty mullet looking lady comes up to her and is like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then they start pushing her around, and then
They
they
beat her
really
up.
start pushing her around. They like throw her on the ground and start kicking her. And then she's like bleeding. And then Gabriel's like, hi, you can't mess with my host body.
Yep.
And he kill bills everyone in the
Well,
freaking cell.
let's talk about how he comes alive. So
Oh.
we see that they put her skull back together. So the way he comes out of her, he's obviously coming out through the back of her,
Like a
her head.
uterus.
He
Like a
like
freaking
cracks her skull
vagina.
open. He cracks her scalp open, and then his little bussy one eye face comes straight out. And that's why the creatures walked so weirdly the whole time, is because he cracks. So she's facing back, like he's on her backside. So he cracks her limbs towards him and starts walking for her backwards. So he looks
But
fucked.
you noticed this earlier when he's being chased by
The policeman.
the policeman.
Krakoa.
Yeah, I told Harry, I was like, that thing is using the back of her head because that she's walking.
It looks
back.
like the back of her head.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
so funny. It's so funny to watch.
Which now my
But, yeah.
question is, how did her husband not see her face? Because when it was sitting down on the couch at the beginning, you would have seen her front.
Well, because I think what he does, like, this is the back of my head, obviously.
Oh, thank you for letting me know.
You know what I mean? He just
covers.
moves everything so that he
No,
can
but
have
what
space.
I'm saying, unless he sat down according to her, you know what I mean? If he sat down according to him, her face would have been to the back, so her husband would have seen.
Yeah,
her
I think
face.
he
Covered
covered
his
it with
hair.
his hair. Yeah.
No, so he sat down properly and covered his own face
Yes,
with her hair.
yeah.
Is that what, okay, that's what you're saying. Okay.
But okay, so then he just like fucks everyone up. He like literally dismembers them. It's really funny, actually. And then he breaks out of the cell
was
because
like-
he gets to.
Camp gruesome. Like you see
It was
shit
so
that you're like, what the fuck is
weird.
happening?
And like the
The fuck is
weirdest
happening?
ways to kill somebody.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
let's just put her on the ground and step on her face really hard so that her skull crashes.
okay,
Yeah.
Where the difference between Tarantino and this, like,
Is that
Tarantino's
James
very
Wan
good.
is not an asshole.
Yeah.
That he doesn't have
Oh.
a foot fetish, I'm pretty sure. Also,
Hey, we're not kink
Tarantino is like,
shaming.
we're not
Sorry.
kink shaming.
We're
It's just an attribute that we know happens. In his movies, every
You don't
single
know
one
if
of his
James Wan
movies.
doesn't have a foot fetish.
Well, maybe he does, but
He
he doesn't put it in
could.
his movies.
Is
He
James
doesn't
Wan
write it into the script for actresses to do for him. That's really weird. But we don't have to talk about it. It's okay.
is
So-
James Wan
A girl?
No,
I don't
no,
know.
ask
We should
him.
look that up. We should ask
I
him when
don't
we
know
talk to
him. I don't know him. What do you mean
You
ask
could like
him?
DM him on
So-
like
The
Twitch.
gore in
I DM him
Tarantino
and I
movies-
ask, "Are you gay?"
No, oh my god. The gore in Tarantino movies is very, very, very super
Did
hyper
you just
realistic.
say Gordon Tarantino?
The gore in
Oh.
Tarantino. Look,
I thought
fuck,
she
you got
literally
me
called him
fucking up.
Gordon Tarantino.
No, it's too
Is it the
realistic.
Gordon
Where
Tortellini
this one
films?
is this one's realistic, but it's not like, I don't know. There's like blood and it looks real, but it's also done in kind of like a cartoony way, like an anime-y way. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's like
It doesn't gross me out, is what I'm trying to
theatrical.
say.
I don't know.
yeah. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be like over the top. Like there's no way. There's absolutely no way. So it doesn't make it as.
But it
gory
doesn't
and
look like
scary.
they're spreading jelly all over the screen. You know? what
No,
I
no.
mean?
It looks realistic,
Done well.
but way too over the top. That you're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
It's funny.
So it breaks free. Gabriel breaks free, and it starts. It escapes and it goes to the police station. Oh no, it's at the police
That was
station.
gross.
It's at the police
It's
station.
at the police station.
But it goes to the
Madison was in
evidence
the,
locker.
cell.
It goes to
Oh
the
yeah,
evidence locker.
he wants his coat back and he wants his knife
He
back.
wants
so he
to
gets
have the Matrix fantasy. He's
It's
like,
so
Mama,
fun.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
kill someone without my
It really
trench coat.
is like the Matrix. So then he takes back his things. Yes, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
James Wan is married to a woman.
Oh, love that for him. Chelsea, you could have just said it.
Anyway,
She raised.
Okay.
Come on,
well,
James,
thank
give
you
me
for
one.
confirming.
She. Oh wait, no. I'll let the people who join our Patreon
Yes.
see what Chelsea did because that was
Um,
special.
James Wan, if you ever need anything,
What?
just
Sabrina,
let us know.
what the fuck are you saying?
What is going on?
I can make banana bread, jam, all these things. I'm not saying it has to be nothing, but if you
He's
ever need anything,
married.
Mr. Wan. Okay, and
Sabrina.
Miss Wan,
I
we
know he's
apologize.
happily married. That's why I said I make banana bread and jam on the side too.
Well, no.
Like,
What
it doesn't
about
have to be
like?
weird.
Oh no. What about like? Oh, James Wan. If we could interview you, let's do that.
Okay,
Why
yeah.
did you
Fine,
have
let's
to-
get
If you
on the
actually want
podcast.
an interview,
Let's get you on the
I-
podcast,
James Wan, if you're watching this, comment down below.
If you're.
I won't be creepy and weird. It's just it's a skit. It's a gag. I know that you and your wife are very happily married.
Yeah. Thank you for clearing that up.
It's a gag.
What, Chelsea?
did you know that James Wan worked on obviously the Conjuring movies, not all of them, but-
No, I didn't.
and then also
No.
Saw, which is very campy. And
I've
then
never seen it because I
also
don't like to throw up.
Fast and Furious 7.
No! Which one is that one? Which one is that one? I love the Fast and the Furious movies.
From 2015. And then also Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Fast and Furious
Aquaman.
7 is good.
And looks like he's
Interesting.
slated for a lot more movies.
Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't get James Wan from this movie because I've never seen Saw.
James Wan's girlfriend, wife, I can't remember. She's been in some
Girlfriend
of
and wife
his
are two
she
different
was
things. We
in
need to
this
know.
movie.
She was in this movie? As who?
She was the
was she?
little remember the lady that was like one of the crime scene technicians, and she was in love with Cacao, but he didn't even notice her.
That's her?
That's
The lady,
That's
the girl who
her.
like picks up all the evidence and was in the
Yes.
evidence closet when
Yes.
Miss Girl
How old
takes
is James
her
Wan?
things back. He's not that old.
I think he's probably in his 40s.
No way. No fucking way.
Really? I thought he was younger.
20 years old, tops.
That lady did
I
not
feel
look
like
20
we should do
years
some
old.
research.
That lady did not look like our age, Sabrina.
Hold on.
Sometimes I forget we're 20. Did you just have a stroke? What was that? Oh my
That's what it
god, we're
looks
gonna
like
have to
when I
watch.
think.
We're gonna have to watch that back later because that was
That's what it looks like when the
insane.
gears turn in here. It's a little rusty.
When the gears.
That is her! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's beautiful. So Miss Girl goes and gets her Matrix jacket, and then she's trying to get out. She's trying to get out of the police station. And when I tell you, well, this is the scene that looks like she's straight CGI because she is. But
It
in a
is
way,
so funny. It's her anime fight scene.
but in a way, I'm like,
It's
I
so
live for
fucking
it.
good.
Yeah, I live for it. It's
It's so
beautiful.
fucking good.
Amazing. So she literally murks every single police guard with no shots in her, and she takes out Miss Comedy and Mr. Hot Man Kakoa he takes them out with the chair, while they're all shooting
one
at
chair.
her. Just one chair, two people, two birds, one stone, baby.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
birds, one stone.
And then she's like, "Ugh, finally done with that," and she leaves.
And she leaves. And Kakoa and I don't want to keep calling her Miss Comedy Lady. What's her name? But both of them are like fucked up. And Miss
They really don't give her other attributes other than comedy. So I don't know. That's not our fault.
Well, no, I want to
feel.
find out her character name. Regina Moss.
Regina Hall.
Y-
Maybe that's the reference. You know, like camp, like, you know.
What's that thing from Trixie and Katya, but also Candyman? Don't say that.
I love the
What?
No, I don't know what that was. I think we just glitched.
Christian said,
Yeah. Anyway, so she takes them both out. Miss Regina is like fucked up. She gets cut in the like core like of her body, so she's fucked up. She
in
can't
her
walk.
abdomen.
But Kakoa is the only one who can walk out of there. She goes to the hospital. Kakoa's like, fuck. She's going to the hospital to find her mom, who is the lady who was in the attic. And she's in the hospital, like, intubated because she was fucked up. So Gabriel, or I guess also Emily. Wait, my alarm's going off again.
This guy, look.
Harry, turn it off.
Hey, that's the third movie, and that's not... Okay.
That's who says it. He says, "Sing it to Maya."
Hi, remember
that
when
out.
we were almost done with the podcast?
Sorry, we can cut this out.
Well, I'm going to prove it to Sabrina that in the first movie, the night guard says it wrong, but we'll talk about it later.
Shag it to me, yeah.
Ew!
Sack in a box.
Sack in a box?
Not gay test.
Gay test? Oh, yeah.
Sorry. You saw my
Sabrina just outed.
Gay test!
Sabrina's gay.
No.
Anyway,
There.
it's just an ad. Remember, Sabrina, I opened... Anyway, so she goes... Gabriel goes to the hospital.
Yeah.
And he, like, sees... before Gabriel gets to the doctor, Sydney gets there. And the policeman is like, no, you're not coming in because this is a restricted area. You can't come in. And she was like, no, but, like, you can talk to Kakoa. Like, he'll let me in. He was like, no. And then his pacemaker starts fucking up because... Gabriel can control electronic things.
Can I tell you? I looked at Harry and I was like, "Oh no,
It's the defibrillator.
And he didn't correct me. And
Because
he
I
didn't
fully
correct me.
understood what you meant. And then he said, my pacemaker. And we both looked at
And
each
we
other
were
and went,
Oh, we're stupid. Oh, we're stupid.
Anyway, so his pacemaker stops working because Gabriel fucks it up, and Gabriel shows up. He fucks Sydney up. He like twirls her around, throws a bed on her. He's about to
throws
kill
a hospital bed on her.
He's and this is like all of the scenes. Maddie is there, like her conscious is present and watching everything, and he's about to kill what's her face? Sydney. And he like kills her, and then he kills the mom, and he's like, look what you've made me. You've made me into
He shoots her in the head. Wow.
Yeah. And he kills the mom, and he's like, you've made me into a monster. But while all of that was happening, you can see that Maddie is like gaining control of her brain again over Gabriel. Mm-hmm. And so she makes him see that he killed both of them, but he actually didn't. And she's like, you'll never have control. Yeah, she was like, you'll never have control of my brain again. She doesn't.
I'm going to lock you up.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to come back out. And she's like, but I'll be ready for you.
Yeah.
Which was a little weird. But so she gets out of the cage.
The worst lines said ever.
She gets out of the cage. She picks up the bed and like takes Sydney out from under it. She's with their mom. And then she just starts speaking like, it's the whole like, oh no, it must be a demon. You know what I mean? Like, why would you say that?
Pinterest quote tweets. That's what she starts speaking in. Yes. She's like, it was always my body. If he could do it, I could do it. And then she's like, I always wanted a biological connection, but I had it with you, Sydney. It's like, fucking shut up. That was implied.
Yeah, they just like, it made the audience feel like, we're dumb? Oh, thank you for letting us know. Thank you.
It's giving Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Or Lifetime.
When you watch,
like
a kid's movie now, like the funny kids movies as an adult now, the ones that will come out like tomorrow, and they give you the joke and all of the answers and all of the in-betweens of the joke.
It's like in The Matrix. In The Matrix, there's a scene where Morpheus goes, yeah, AI. And then Neo goes, oh, artificial intelligence. And the whole audience is like, no jodas. No fucking jodas. Is that what that means? I didn't fucking know.
It was like the 90s, but they don't know what that is.
The whole like 1999 era was like just films coming out about artificial intelligence and how they're going to take over the world.
I don't know. I don't think you have to give the audience that much.
Yeah, that whole end scene was
anime
really
looks
weird.
to do that too.
But actually, that's a lie. We might not have to include this, but I don't know if I told you, ladies. I literally met the stupidest people I've ever met in my entire life recently. And I don't know how their cells compute to their brain that they need to breathe. They are that stupid. So maybe those are the people that need to be told AI. You know what I mean? But continue.
Yeah, I guess the movie's aimed for those type of people too. Anyway, not the first one though. The first Matrix was really good. Anyway, so, and then is that how the movie ends? The movie ends because she says all those like cringy.
And they see, they see a lamp, and the lamp goes.
Yeah, I didn't understand that last shot.
I guess it's supposed to be like Gabriel still has power even though he's locked up.
I don't know. I guess they're insinuating a second movie, but let me tell you, if they never came out with a second movie, I wouldn't be mad.
It's okay. What? Yeah, it's
I
okay.
think it's like
the world doesn't
I think it's good
like
on its own, you know.
Yeah, it's like we don't need a second host. That was enough. That was good. That was delicious.
Right,
there
like
was a
host
second
was
one.
host.
But can we talk about Host with Saoirse Ronan? That movie's so good. We could use the second one of those, but continue.
I don't know what that is.
You gotta watch it. It has abusive husband from this movie in that movie. Yeah.
Luke from Percy Jackson. Got it.
Yeah, he gets.
Well, that's how the movie ends. Oh my god! Wait, we have to do the little. We have to do the little. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The rating. Yeah, that's what he means, guys.
Sorry about that.
Not.
Oh, don't look at my school things. Okay.
Insidious, Midsummer, still great fucking movie.
So, this was Malignant. We can take it off. Oh no, Malevolent.
For a second, I was like, "What is it?" And I realized it's the devil made me do it.
Oh yeah, the devil made me do it. Wait, why is it the? Oh, no, devil made me do it. I was gonna say, why is it the devil made me do it?
The devil.
We should be the devil.
The devil. Well, I guess we're gonna wait for Chelsea to come back to rate this movie, because that bitch just got up and walked away.
Maybe she had to pee.
She didn't say anything.
We can still discuss what we think
Well, no, but
for
we
the
have to
listeners.
discuss it. We have to discuss it with her. Oh, there she is.
Oh my god. Oh, she's back. She's back. She's back. We can
What
say
are we
it
gonna
now.
call this movie? What are we gonna
I
call
have to
it?
pee so bad.
Oh.
I knew it. I knew
We can
it.
call it bent back, broke back.
No, it has to be
Lady.
something. What did we say?
Brokeback
Something.
Mountain. A
Just-
cancer.
Chocolate camp.
Campy Coops, Campy McEllis.
Coco for campy pups.
Coco.
Oh my god, I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
Yes,
Coco
yes,
for
yes, yes,
Campy
yes.
Puffs.
10.
Harry,
Coco
why
for
are you not a
Campy
part of a
Puffs.
marketing team? I think you have the skills. I think you have the skills.
Hi, that's how you
Coco
spell Coco.
wrong.
That's
I
how
think
you
you
spell
should
Coco.
put it for
Sorry,
K.
sorry.
Put it for
Coco-
put a K
No,
because his name is spelled with a K.
Oh, you're right. Coco for campy with a K. Puffs.
Campy with a K. Puffs with a K, yeah.
Thank God the last one wasn't a K word. Shit.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
would have
would've
been
not
so
great. That
bad.
would have been not great.
Okay, so what out of 10? What out of 10 Coco for campy?
8.5. Take it or leave it.
8.5.
I would watch it again. I have watched it.
I would watch it
twice.
again. I would
I
watch it
liked
again.
it.
I'd watch it again,
I have to say,
too.
I
though,
think for
I
like
would
a
love,
a dramatic Halloween party, it would be a really good movie. Continue, Sabrina.
I think it was better than Crimson Peak. Sorry, Guillermo del Toro. I love you. But I would watch this before I watched Crimson Peak again because this movie's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else we have an 8.5 for?
8.5.
What is this?
A lot of 8.5s.
What was Bayang?
Bayang.
Not the bang.
Bang.
Oh, what was the movie?
It was The
was,
Silence,
uh,
I think.
No, the silence. Was it? Oh yeah, it
I
was.
think it was The
I thought
Silence,
it
yeah.
I thought it was Ma.
No.
The Boy 2.
No, Ma was
I liked
almost
it more than
the
The Boy 2. I liked
Oh.
it Boy 2 and The Boy
Invisible
2.
Man.
I was going to give it an
Low
8.
for me.
Like flat.
I think it's 8.5. I think it's an 8.5. I think she's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think it's better than Invisible Man.
I think it's the same level though.
No, I think Invisible Man is on another level.
Invisible Man gave me like anxiety though, and this one didn't.
But it's
But-
a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a horror movie.
But like,
So like it did its job.
I think I
I
agree
was
with
still
Christian.
not
I think
anxietied.
a flat 8.
Yeah.
you
So
guys
we got
wanna
two
taste?
8s and an 8.5 and then Chelsea.
8.5.
So then what the fuck are we gonna do?
8.2.
So
8.2.
8.5.
Because like for me, it's better than
Yes, 8.2.5. Wait,
No,
why
we
did
forgot the
wait?
point.
Why
We
did
forgot
you
the
say?
point.
Why did you say? Wait, I just realized. I just
Two
realized
decimals.
it's 8.25, not
No,
8.2.5.
please put
Okay.
8.2.
Okay,
Can you
okay.
tell none of us have taken a fucking math class? It looks
Yeah.
like a date. It looks like
It does. It looks like August 2nd
of
of
05.
It looks
05 or
like an
50,
iOS
honestly.
update.
So it's
It
the
does.
most messed up. Malignant. 8.2.5 out of 10 Coco for Campy Puffs.
None of us have taken a math class.
Also,
Yeah.
why did you say malignant twice? That was kind of weird.
I was
You
like
said
trying to say it.
malignant.
I didn't like the way it came
I
out the
think
first
you-
time.
I think you you know what I mean? Well, that was the review of the movie.
THE Scary Queens. Welcome to my
Okay, no. You just said welcome to our podcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We are back and at it again, people. We really want to toy with the idea again. We didn't do it the first time, but we want to toy with the idea of possibly doing one where we bring in scary stories to tell each other and not review a movie. If you guys are interested in that, because I know a lot of people say that they're interested in more of our like conversation and banter,
Yeah.
rather than like
Banter.
us talking about. Come on, band, give me ter. Us talking about the movie
Yes.
in general. So we're toying with that idea. We'll see what happens. Well,
I don't
thank you
think you guys
guys
even know. Yeah.
for listening. Thank you guys for supporting us. Please make sure to check out our Patreon if you guys are interested. That would help us out a lot. And
Yes,
yeah,
we
let's
appreciate you.
let's start getting prepared for a spoopy Halloween, everybody. Christian, take it away.
Also, happy first day of fall, everybody.
Yeah!
Well, that was a while ago,
First
a second
week,
ago.
yeah.
But yeah, first week of fall.
Yeah.
All right. If you what's the outro? If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram at THE Scary Queens. That's wait at the no.
Fuck.
We can restart.
Okay, if you wait, it's I say the THE first and then the
Yeah,
That's THE.
just in case you didn't know how to spell.
yes. Okay, got it. All right, so if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram at the Scary Queens. That's THE Scary Queens, just in case you didn't know how to spell the. And you can follow us on or listen to us on our other streaming platforms like Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Google
Cock.
Podcasts. Thank you, Harry.
Of course,
Does it every
anytime.
time. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Stay afraid, y'all.
Bye.
It was a 305.
Chica blink and ching.
Another one.